Hi everyone! I'm back with part 5, the final video in my Procreate Tutorial Series. This one should be pretty short and sweet since it's just tiny quick adjustments to my illustrations, just adding those finishing touches that can make a huge difference. Hi Marius! Are you here to join us? This is just adding those finishing touches that can make a huge difference in the final piece. In previous videos, we've gone over how to get started with Procreate, sketching and line art, and the ways in which I do my coloring, shading, and lighting. Just a quick disclaimer before we jump in, this is in no way affiliated with Procreate, and I'm not an expert. I didn't go to art school, I'm just a self-taught artist, and I've only been drawing in Procreate since 2020, but I wanted to share my experience and techniques with you all in case you find any of this helpful. So let's do this. Here's what I finished in my last video, and usually at this point what I do is I have the white background on, so I'm gonna turn off that white background color so that I'm just left with the layers that I've drawn on. And then at this point I go up into the toolbar, go to Actions, and under Add you have this option to copy canvas. So I've copied the canvas, and what that does is basically all that you see on your canvas will be copied. And now if I had the white background on, that would be copied as part of the canvas also. So now I'm going to go back in and paste it. So under the toolbar, Actions, Add, Paste. Now it's pasted that image as its own layer on top of everything. And at this point, I make sure that let's just title this Final Image. So I make sure that that's selected, and then I go up to this magic wand, the Adjustments menu. And usually all I do at this point under Hue, Saturation, and Brightness, I like to boost the saturation to make my colors a little more vibrant. Don't like to get too out of hand. You see, if you like crank it up, it almost hurts your eyes. I usually go within 50 to 55, sometimes 60. Let's just pick 60. Sometimes if my image is too dark, I'll tweak the brightness a little bit, but that can kind of cause it to look washed out a little bit. So I rarely use that. Let's move that back to 50%. So all I've done here is alter the saturation. I changed it from 50 to 60%, and I'm done with that part. So now I'm going back into my adjustments, and then I go to the curves option. And I play around with this histogram down here. You can tap on the image with one finger and it brings up this menu. And to see what it looks like before you played around with the histogram, you can click and hold preview. Okay. So I kind of like, I just tweaked a little something down here in the reds. I don't have a lot of colors that I'm working with here, so let's try to play around with the green. No, I don't really like that. So then I'll just undo that. Undo again. What do? I do this. No, I don't like that either. Undo. And so let's apply those changes, and then I will close the adjustments. And that's usually all I'll do. Sometimes, depending on the illustration, I'll play with some of the other adjustments, like the different blur effects and sometimes the liquefy option down here. But altering the saturation and curves is something that I do consistently to finish and fine-tune every one of my illustrations. So if you have Procreate, go ahead and play around with these features and have fun with them. I'll include a link in the description of this video that'll take you to Procreate's page explaining what each adjustment feature does. So be sure to check that out too. And now let me make this smaller so you can actually see. I'll toggle off the image here. So that's the before, and this is the after. You'll see that the colors are a little brighter, a little more vibrant, which is what I tend to be drawn to when I create illustrations. So it's all personal preference. This is just how I create my illustrations. You definitely do not have to follow my steps or process. There's a ton of different ways to bring your creations to life. So have fun, experiment, and keep creating what makes you happy. Thank you all for watching. Bye!